Welcome to my channel, Asia here, where I share my life and interests with you all and hopefully impact yours in some way. And today's video is going to be about how I am tired of being a failure. Yeah, you read that right. You heard me right. I am tired of being a failure. And I'm just being real with myself. And I think it's time that you do too. We all have these goals, these dreams, these aspirations, but are we achieving them? Are we just being all talk and no walk? Are we just sharing these things with people and avoiding them after because you know that they're gonna ask you what happened to that business? Oh, I haven't seen you post a video in a while. Oh, I see that you lost weight? Yeah, we are done with that. There's no more of that. And it's time that we grow up, glow up, and achieve our goals and win. No more L's. We are taking W's home. Okay, guys, and here are a few points that I have that I think will help you, will help me, will help anybody that watches this video just to align themselves properly to achieve anything that they put their minds to and set before them. The first point that I would like to share is mindset shifting. You want to shift your mindset. You do not want to have a negative mindset on, thinking that it's impossible to achieve what you have set before yourself. There's just so much fear that's in our minds that cripples us from achieving our goals. Fear of failure, fear of what people might think of us. We're gonna have the fear, but if you let the fear keep you and cripple you from achieving that goal, that's a no-no. Like, acknowledge that you have that fear. Acknowledge, like, yes, this scares me. Like, I'm scared this may fail, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Also, just believe in yourself. Believe that you can do something. Believe that you have what it takes to do this. You have to change your mindset because your mind will allow you to overcome whatever obstacle is in your way. You can just be like, you know what, that's there, but I know how to get around that. You can maneuver, you can look at it in a certain way, have a different perspective on how to look at what you're dealing with and what you want to achieve and how it is possible for you to achieve it. The next point I would like to share is to stop procrastinating. Procrastination, OMG. Do not have these goals set out, especially for the new year, and don't get started. Like, you just write them down and you don't even start them. Like, what are you waiting on? Like, there isn't no special moment that's gonna happen that makes you have a light bulb and out of nowhere you're just gonna be so passionate about it or super motivated all the time. Like, stop procrastinating and just get it done. Procrastination will be literally the death of any goal. Number 3, you guys, this one is big for me. Write down your goals. I am such a big thinker. I like to keep everything in my head. I get overwhelmed quickly because there's just so much going on. Write them down. Write down every goal that you have for different categories and break them down in a realistic way on how you can achieve it. Write it down because, man, I have so many goals and different things like that, and I catch myself just like, oh my gosh, like, it's like bubbles in your brain just bumping against each other because there's just so much and it's not enough room. Write it down so you can feel it. Go on paper. You can just bring it to life. You can see it and it's not in your head, which makes it a little bit more easy to achieve because you see it and it's not just there, because a lot of things go on throughout the day in your life that it's just hard to stay focused on something if it's just in there. Point number 4, I would say take one step at a time. Once you've written down your goals and you basically analyze how you can achieve it in a realistic way, the time frame, I would say take one step at a time. As long as you are taking a step, you are moving forward. You want to make sure that you are setting realistic goals and you're making a step towards them every day, and you are going to achieve those goals. Tip number 5 is to not get discouraged, even when it is taking you a long time to move forward, even when it does seem like there isn't much growth happening with your YouTube channel or with your business. Don't get discouraged. I mean, I've seen Instagram pages that started around the same time I started, and I was going ham with the growth, with the strategies, and they were too, and we were growing kind of at the same pace. Then, you know, I felt like it wasn't enough, got discouraged, stopped really trying, and saw how they were slowly growing, and then out of nowhere, just from them being consistent, they never stopped posting. They've always been consistent with their posts, with their content, everything quality. And literally you see the growth. I saw the growth. I mean, their pages have blown up. And it's crazy to see that, wow, if only I didn't get discouraged and I only stayed on that path of just continually to take a step forward, I would have been at that level too. Like with a lot of things in my life, if I don't get discouraged of how out of shape I am, and I'm always like huffing and puffing after a workout, but I just stayed consistent, I would have already met my goal weight. You know, there's just so many different things that being discouraged, you don't want that to be the reason why you quit. You don't want that to be your L, being discouraged. No, because it just sucks. It sucks not achieving your goals. I mean, you just get so down on yourself, and then you get in this rut. When you're discouraged, it just keeps you in a hole that seems that it's impossible to get out of. And we can't let discouragement be our end goal, because that's a lot of people's end goals. Really, is discouragement ends up being the end goal, and then they end up getting older and having all these regrets, looking back on their life, and they just be like, wow, I wish I would have done that. And that doesn't have to be our portion. That doesn't have to be our story. And no matter if you're young or old, it still doesn't have to be your story. And don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged. It takes a lot of time to reach a goal. It takes a lot of time. My brother's like amazing with his analogies and all the little different quotes and sayings that he said. But he says something around these lines. Like he says, you know something is good and worth achieving if it's difficult. If it's too easy, if it's too just easy to achieve, that's something wrong. There's something wrong with that. Like there's something not right. That means it's not really something you should be doing, basically. Anything hard in life is worth it. Usually has a reward at the end of it. And that's something I really want to take on and live out. No matter how hard something gets, I know there's a reward at the end of it all. Okay? And I know that if we just continue to just stay focused and we don't get discouraged and we do all these tips, intentionally make sure that we keep ourselves together and we remember that we have goals to reach and we're taking W's and not L's, like we're unstoppable. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. We are gonna be W's. We are gonna be goal achievers, and we're not gonna be all talk and no walk. We're gonna be doers, not sayers. And I do believe that we can do it. And lastly, finish strong. You got this. No matter what goal you have set before you, you can do it and you will achieve it. All right, you guys, I hope this video helped you, brought any value to you. And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I cannot wait to see you guys in my next one. Bye.